Hey everyone, Taylor here with the Beta Angel Project. I know normally you see me with the Beta Angel shirt on here. I've got a MoveSci hat on instead for today. I think the shirt's in the wash. So today I'm kind of excited to share some highlights from rock climbing research published in 2022. I think there were about 70-ish papers or so published that year that I've found so far. And I've updated them to the Beta Angel Project website, specifically the research inventory. I think most of you should know I've got a research inventory with quite a bit of rock climbing research on there, summaries of that research, and then links as well. So I'm going to go over some highlights as well as some stats on this. First off, this is the website, and if you look in the lower right-hand corner, you should be able to see a subscribe button. I encourage you to subscribe. It would help the work. I'd really appreciate it. Or like and subscribe for the YouTube video. So starting us off real quick so we can get through this video, these stats for the year. As you can see, there are about, I don't know, there's quite a number of subcategories here. Light green is 2022. I have the other colors go back through 2017. There is research before 2017 in the inventory, I think going back to the 1990s. I just haven't updated this chart with that. So first thing you should notice is that obviously anthropometry is kind of surging ahead. We're not going to start with anthropometry to start off with. We're actually going to start with injury research, specifically because injury research dwarfs most other climbing research. And if I put it on this chart, it would make the chart not so cool. So let's go ahead and go to the website, research, the dropdown, research inventory. And then we're going to head down. As you can see, there are 5 main categories: sports psychology, cognitive motor learning, kinesiology, biomechanics, and bioenergetics. Also have some theses down here. We're going to injury under kinesiology. And then the basic template here is title, authors, a summary, a very short summary that you can skim, reference, and then a link to what is hopefully an open source paper, but it's not always. Sometimes it's not open source. So the first one I'll highlight is just this first paper here. If you've ever heard somebody say, "Hey, there's no long-term studies in climbing," well, here you can find a conference abstract on a 10-year follow-up. So I thought that one was kind of interesting. Scrolling down, we're going to go to evaluation of a 4-week adjunct compensatory training for climbing specific shoulder overuse, and then this is interesting because there is a manual that they used in this paper, and I've used this manual myself for some exercises. You can get a free open source copy here. Just click on that link. I've already got it open. It looks like this. It's written by Dr. Volker Schoeffel, who's a surgeon, Dickie Korb, and Dr. Patrick Mitros. And these are all very, very great thinkers within climbing. This particular manual is fantastic. I encourage you to go take a look at it. Obviously, within climbing, we tend not to go to medical practitioners. We tend to hold off for a little bit and just kind of deal with the climbing injury on our own. That is not what this is for. I encourage you, if you are injured, go to a medical practitioner. If you're not injured, take a look at this and see what you can do to strengthen yourself. So going back to the climbing research, we're going to go to anthropometry. So as you can see, it's got quite a bit of research from 2022. And so that will be right here, again, under kinesiology. And anthropometry just means measuring the climber. And so just going to point out a couple of things. One is, there was a mini review this year or during 2022. That was kind of interesting. If you're interested in speed climbing, I encourage you to take a look at this one: analysis of competition and training videos of speed climbing athletes. And then the final one I'll point out over here is a validity and reliability study on the Tyndek load cell. So if you've ever used one of those force units, those measurement devices, you pull on it. This one's specific. This paper is specific to the Tyndek, and you can go ahead and take a look at the paper. Next, we're going to be going to, I believe the next big one was technical motor learning. So we go back to the research inventory, go to something called cognitive motor learning, technical, mental. And here, the thing I'll point out about research that I found interesting from 2022 is that most research in climbing on motor learning and skill acquisition, on technique in general, is comes at it from the perspective of a specific theory, ecological dynamics. And there is one of those papers here. You can see that here, Ecological Dynamics Framework: An Innovative Approach by Ludovic Seifert. And as you can see, this is actually a great example. This has a beta angel note, which is kind of me opining on the paper, and giving my own opinion on it. And so yeah, ecological dynamics. A lot of research in climbing technique is ecological dynamics. A lot of papers this year were actually on a different theory, a different overlaying theory called information processing theory, and they tend to look at things like visualization, doing mental modeling. If you've ever heard the term motor planning or motor programming, this kind of like falls under information processing theory. And so there are a number of papers. For example, the effective visual and tactile information in motor preparation of climbing. Another one, I think they used the application of transcranial electrical stimulation, which is a very low level of electricity that they push through the brain. So there's limb preference and skill level dependence during the imagery of a whole body movement. So, like I said, if you're interested in ecological dynamics versus information processing theory, this is the first year that I'm familiar with where there's probably been a little bit more on the information processing theory side. Next section we're going to go to is youth specific. So if we look at our chart again, youth is kind of high up there. And so we go to the youth specific studies. Only paper I'll point out here is Early Sport Specialization in Past Injury and Competitive Youth Rock Climbers by Chen et al. This was a paper I've actually talked with some colleagues about, and it's because most general sports science research tends to look at early sports specialization as being potentially risky for athletes. And this paper, showed some. Showed a small amount of evidence that maybe that's not the case in climbing, that there might be a protective effect of some sort. So this is initial early. This, it's I think this is a great paper to start the conversation for other researchers to go and look at early sports specialization specifically in climbing. And the last place I'm going to go over is repeaters. So for those of you who are trainers and just really interested in your next hangboard routine, you can go to here. I think there are 4 studies from 2022. The first one I'll mention is just this one that looked at different force targets. So repeaters, by the way, are like it would be like 7 seconds on a hangboard, 3 seconds off. Repeat that for many repetitions. So this looked at force targets at 100%, 80%, and 60%. And I think, and then compared them basically. So you can go ahead and take a look at that. I think these are all open source. This one plus the 10-week protocol here as well as open source. Take a look if you want to experiment or explore. That's entirely up to you. I'm not making any recommendations here. So, like I said, this is just a highlight. It's up to you to go deeper into this. That's what I use climbing research for, is to read the discussions, the methods, the results, etc., and see if there's something I can find that can help me and in my own climbing, in my own training. Like I said, like and subscribe, comment if you'd like, and thanks for watching.